So let me tell you about MeBookz, and I'm really excited about it. So MeBookz is a publishing company, Canadian publishing company, based out of the Kitchener-Waterloo area. We specialize. We work with a number of illustrators and authors, and specialize in children's picture books. So we create awesome, fun, engaging stories with a unique difference. When you purchase our book, we customize the main character to look exactly like your child. So we personalize it so that your child becomes the star of the story. And best way to describe it is describing sort of the purchase process. So if you went on our website and you're purchasing a book for your son or your daughter, for example, you select one of our storybooks, and then during the checkout process, we require that you provide information about your daughter. So your daughter's name, hair color, eye color, and a picture of your daughter. And what we then do is customize the main character in our story to look exactly like your child. That way your child becomes the star of the story.
Awesome. That's
Yes.
such a great idea.
Oh.
And what made you choose this customizable version of doing kids' books?
Great question, actually. So like I mentioned earlier, I have two kids. Well, one of my kids is my daughter. She's 5 years old. Her name is Zara, and she is fascinated about books. She loves books, and I'm really fortunate about that because I mean, if you see the trends now, it's become harder and harder for kids to actually like reading. When reading has to compete with video games, TV shows, movies, you name it. So really fortunate to have a daughter who enjoys reading. She reads almost 8 to 9 books a week. And as a father who's excited about that, her indulgence, we have to hop from library to library to select the right books so that she can continue her obsession with books. But what I found was when she was younger, it was easier for my wife and I to select books for her. Basically, just something she loved reading, a fun story, something she probably saw on TV, and she can certainly read it on books. But as she grew older, it became more and more difficult for us to find because we started becoming more selective on the type of books she read, the authors she read, the themes, the characters in the book. And personally, one of our criteria was we wanted her to be able to read books that had characters that looked like her in the books.
Yes.
And the more we did, and once we added that criteria, it became incredibly difficult to find books that actually had characters that looked like her. For one, very few books have female lead characters. In the children's literature side of things. And it became increasingly difficult when you apply the fact that she's not just a female, she's a black female.
Yeah, she's not a princess. I would imagine that they're all princess books.
Yes.
Yeah.
But none that look like her.
Yes. Yeah.
So I mean, and when we realized, I did some research into it and realized that I found out that only 3% of all children books feature black characters.
3%.
3%.
Wow.
1.5% featured Asian characters.
Yeah.
Less than 1% featured Aboriginal kids. So there is a significant lack of diversity in the children's literature space.
Yes.
But
what made you not want to do animals, for example? So what made you go for it, insist that there has to be a person who looks like, you know, every child available, and not try and go around it with other stories that already existed, like animals?
Yeah, good question. Actually. So kids love animals. So whether you create a unique product, as long as you have animals in it, they would like it. So we do have quite a few of our books that have animals. But you do raise a good point. Like, why is it important to see yourself in the books that you read? And I think that's a really vital question, because if you take a step back, right, and imagine yourself as a kid growing up in a society where you look around and the books that you read don't have characters that look like you. The TV shows you read, the TV shows you watch, the TV ads, the story you're told, everything that hits you from the outside tells you everything nice, beautiful, looks anything but like you.
Exactly. I'm always talking about this. But anyway,
and the sad thing is, it's not. There is the outright racism, and we have to deal with that, right? But sometimes it's not that visible. It's not that vocal. It's the perception. I'll give you an example. So my wife and I live in a small town, about 45 minutes outside Kitchener. Wonderful town, great neighbors. I mean, I wouldn't trade my neighbors for anything. But we're the only black family in the community. Now, again, great neighbors, wonderful friends, and I'm not trying to be patronizing because I want to make a point around it. My daughter goes to a school where she's the only black kid in the school. And then, even before I started MeBookz, she came home one of these days and said, "Dad, I really wish my hair was blonde." Now, think about it. This is not because anybody was outrightly racist to her. There was nothing that would have forced her to say that. It was basically in the books that she read. The pretty, beautiful was described as someone else than her. In her friends. In the TV shows she watched, in the ads she watched.
Advertising is huge.
Exactly. And so it reinforces, intentionally or not intentionally, it reinforces certain stereotypes. And so you begin to think of yourself as subpar, less important. And it does quite a bit to your self-image. So what MeBookz attempts to do is to recapture that self-confidence. Yes, our books are cute and they're wonderful and kids can see themselves, and that's cute. But I think what it does is it increases enjoyment for books, but it also recaptures that self-worth. So that when you open the book and you see yourself, not just as a side character, but as the main character doing the crazy thing, saving the day, being the damsel in distress, or saving the damsel in distress, it builds up that self-image, because in a sense, I really do think...
It's going to make me cry.
But see, in a sense, this is what I honestly, I think every kid, regardless of color, black, white, green, blue, every kid deserves to see themselves as the superhero that they are.
Yes.
So that when they read a book, and they read a book about... Even a generic character would not do. Even a generic character of the same skin color would not do. I find that it has to be, you have to almost embody that hero that you always look up to.
Yes.
And so that's honestly what MeBookz is attempting to do.
That's incredible. I'm crying because just today I was talking about, I can't believe I came up as a child with no black Disney princesses. The reason I'm talking about it is I was invited to a Halloween party over the weekend, and it's all Disney themed. So I have to find an outfit to dress up as a Disney character. And I looked through all the characters, and I'm looking through all the princess and remembering the movies, and now there's a black princess. And isn't that amazing? But I can't believe I was in the dark ages of there is no black princess. So all these girls were dressing up as characters that didn't look like them.
Exactly.
But trying to look, it's amazing.
Yeah. and think of what that does to someone's self-worth.
Yes.
Because to your point, when you think Disney princesses, as a small kid, when you are asked to define beautiful, pretty, elegant, the first thing you think was Disney.
Yes.
And when none of the princesses looked like you.
Yeah. I remember my mom telling stories about driving to Buffalo to get books in America with black characters in them to bring them over here so I had something to read.
Yeah.
So for you to provide all kids, no matter race, because there are Asian kids too that have lots of representation in books, to provide them something that looks like themselves, it's having fun, it's smart and beautiful and acknowledged and part of society. That's all. We just want to be part of society.
See, and I love the last sentence you just said, part of society, because there are a few books that are sort of black-centric,
Yes.
or Asian centric. I mean, they do a lot of good to the community, but they're somewhat limited in scope because sometimes you create a black character but in a black neighborhood,
Yes.
which is great, right? And it's some people's reality,
Yes.
but in the Canadian reality,
Yes.
we live in a multicultural setting. So my books have multicultural characters. So you're not just a black kid who is surviving in a black neighborhood. You're a black kid who is not surviving, thriving in a real world, doing amazing things among kids of different color. Because eventually we are going to have to face the world, right? And our ability to interact and overcome challenges as a nation, regardless of color, is absolutely key.
That is so wonderful.